He was only 14 years old when he was sentenced to death to the electric chair. This is the sad story of George Finney Jr. 70 years later, they would discover that George was innocent. George Finney happens to be the youngest person ever to be sentenced to death in the United States in the 20th century. He was sentenced to death for the brutal murder of two white girls, Mary and Betty. And of course, no black was allowed in the courtroom. He wasn't even allowed to appeal. His lawyer was a white man who had never done a criminal case before. He did no cross-examination. He didn't even appeal for the young man. Everything they said was okay by him. George Finney Jr. was handcuffed from his home with his brother. Parents were not at home. They later released his elder brother and kept George Finney. There was no evidence. There was no written confession. There was no video evidence. But they decided to use George Finney as a scapegoat. It took an all-white jury 10 minutes to find him guilty. 14 years old was questioned without his parents, a lawyer, just the police. Trial lasted for just one day. His parents had to run away from South Carolina because the father lost his job. They were told to leave the apartment that was given to him by the company. And the people in the community bullied them to run away. George Finney Jr. was confined for 81 days without allowing him to see his parents. He was only 14 years old. George Finney was 90 pounds and 5 feet 2 tall. Finney said he never confessed to the crime. All the while the trial was going on, George Finney held on to his Bible. On 16th of June 1944, the day of the electrocution, Finney was so small that they couldn't strap him right to the electric chair. What did they do? They collected his Bible, used it for a booster for the seat. Two white girls were said to have been killed by a rail spike. Let me show you what a rail spike looks like. That's it. For a child that weighs 90 pounds. How was he able to use this to brutally unalive two white girls and threw them into the ditch? Finney's only crime was the color of his skin. Finney's last words were, "I hope it won't hurt." His family only saw his roasted body. After 70 years, the family, especially the sister, was happy. George Finney Jr. was said to be innocent. George Finney's case, a case of injustice and racial prejudice.